set this up. Okay. All right, man. Let's get it done, bro. Let's get it done. Let's take a Bayesian sip. Can you guys hear me, man? Let me make sure I can still be heard on this. You guys, I need you to let me know in the chat. Can you hear me? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, you can hear me? Okay, how's the audio going, man? Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at that audio, mom. We're good? We're good? Okay, we're chilling. Guys, I have some good news. I just want to get it off the way. Let's just get it out of the way first, okay? This episode of Raw was not garbage. I'll just say it like it is. This was not a bad episode of Raw. However, this was not a great episode. This was not a great episode. I'm sorry to say that, but it is what it is. I don't know. People are going to lose their minds over this because, John Cena, man, he won the IC title, which was awesome. We're going to get to Jonathan Cena in a second because for the first time, arguably the whole year, his retirement. Oh, sorry. There's something on my little notification. Sorry. John Cena winning the Intercontinental Championship tonight as a whole, him coming out in Boston in front of the hometown, it actually felt like an actual retirement tour and a tribute to what John Cena has done. I cannot say that for many other dates this year. We have a super chat already. The legend GY3FZ says Triple H actually said we're in a pretty good era. Oh, trust me, we're going to get to Triple H in a second because listen, this is what I'm saying. This Raw is not good. This is a bad episode of Raw. It's just not garbage. Garbage and bad are two different things. Garbage means it's unwatchable, one of the worst things I've ever seen. Bad means that it was a bad show. I'll take a bad show in comparison to a garbage show, but don't get it mistaken. This episode was cheeks. It was cheeks. We're not done yet. We're going to get it because the opening segment, Triple H is putting himself into John Cena's his fourth to final segment, and Triple H is shoving himself into the segment. We're going to get to that in a second. Hold on. Hold on, Mom. Let me get this gum out of here, Brandon. I don't want to accidentally spit this out, Let me get that gum out of here, Mom. We got the gum out. Okay, now let's get into this. Tank VS 856, thank you so much for your support. He sends over a dono. Thank you so much. He says, don't let all moments and cheap pops fool you. This show was still garbage, and Triple H is always trying to make everything about himself. Exactly. Tell me why. Hold on. Melonhead, thank you so much for your support. He says, chat, we got him. CJax liked it deep down. Thank you for your support, Melonhead. No, I did not like this episode. This episode was bad. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Triple H shoves himself into every little thing. Paul Levesque. How can I make this about myself, Levesque? How can I feed my ego, Levesque? He comes out there, and to start off the show, because we're just going to rip the Band-Aid off, we're going to get right into this episode. Triple H, hold on. Care81, thank you so much for the super chat. He sends over a 5. He says, C-Dex, so both champions are going to be on the same team in the War Games match. Scratching my head, why? And Cody is the worst champ of all time. That's absolutely facts. We're going to get to that in a second. Joel GSI 8342. Sorry, I almost said Fatu. 8342. He says the Triple H suck sign is the second best part of the show. Yes, thank you for bringing that up. I posted on Twitter, guys, while this show was out. I basically said that Triple H, there was a sign in the arena from some fan that said that Triple H sucks. Why do you think they said that? The legend GY3FZ sent another dono. He says, when Gunther was announced, I was like, please, no. Yes, I know, right? Nobody wants to see this. Here's the thing that we have to discuss. The opening segment of the night. Chris, what is this here? Chris ZBE, thank you so much for sending over the 2. I appreciate that, bro. Listen, here's the deal. This episode tonight was bad. Every single thing that happened after John Cena and Dominic Mysterio's whole segment and matchup was trash. Obviously, you had moments here and there where the stories actually developed, so you can't say it was completely bad because at least something happened. But that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. AD with the big 15, the massive 15. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. He says, I love Roman, but I hope he isn't involved in War Games. He hates Cody and Punk, and he didn't want to see the Usos till Christmas. Story matters. Well, here's the thing. When Triple H is booking, story doesn't matter. We're going to get into War Games in a second. Opening segment, Triple H starts off the show. Already, Triple H starts off the show talking about some, how does this song go? Bow down to the game. I'm Triple Fraud. We're going to book a good show. Stop. It's embarrassing. Gary Lee, thank you for the 2. He says, might as well get rid of the brand split now. Exactly. Triple H opens up the show. Tell me why John Cena is in his 4th to final appearance and Triple H is opening the show. What does he possibly have to say? Introduce John Cena, get out of the ring. Why is he out there in the ring? Whoa, we're going to talk about this. Listen to this, guys. Hold on. Let me read this chat real quick. Chris ZBE says, ruthless depression. Smack. Thank you so much for sending over the 2. Triple H opens up the show, guys, and the first thing that comes out of Triple H's mouth, he basically says, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And then guess what he does? He takes cheap pot shots at the fans. That's what he does. He goes, a lot of people today have a lot to say, like the fans, the media, the wrestlers, they all have opinions. Of course, he has to take a shot at the fans because he always has to call out the fans. He has to call out the opinions of people who consume the product. And like he said earlier this year, if you are a fan and you do not like the garbage that he is putting out, he said F off, but I'm going to say screw off. That's what he said. This is what Triple H does. He makes it about himself. Introduce John Cena, get out of the ring. Why is it take him 15 minutes to introduce John Cena? What could he possibly have to say? And when the crowd chants Triple H, Triple H, Triple H, what's next? You deserve it. You deserve it. What are you cheering for Triple H for? He told you if you don't like his product to screw off and you're cheering him. And then Triple H goes, the cheering never gets old. I love the cheering. And then proceeds to put on a garbage show. It's embarrassing, man. Let's see this. Tubby1278 sends over a dono. He says, imagine if Triple H didn't retire yet and inserts himself in every match. If Triple H did not retire yet, it would be even worse. But the point is, Triple H made things about himself. He brings up his fragile ego about how fans, because you know fans in the media have been reporting and complaining about this product now for in the recent months about how terrible it's been. Specifically how bad SmackDown has been and how disappointing Raw has been. And Triple H takes the first opportunity on a night that's not supposed to be about him, and he uses it to talk about how much that he can't stand the fans in the media for their opinions. Really? This is the egomaniac that is running this show. His name is no longer Paul Levesque. It's how can I feed my ego Levesque? How can I make this about me Levesque? I'm the gamer Levesque. AD sends over a 3. Says Cena versus Obo for the IC title should be the match. Hopefully, man. I thank you for the support, AD. Appreciate that, bro. But that's the deal. That's how we open up the show, is with Triple H doing all of that nonsense, okay? Triple H is an absolute fraud. It's ridiculous, and it's unacceptable. Unacceptable, man. Should never be opening up the show. We have John Cena in one of his final appearances, and we're sitting here talking about the fans, the media. Everyone's got an opinion. The wrestlers, the fans, the media. Really? This isn't about the media. This isn't about opinions of people backstage or opinions of what the fans think of the quality of the show, because that's what he's alluding to, obviously. It's just so stupid, man. Justin McCoy 3202 sends over a 5. He says, triple fraud speaking on opinions like the fans don't matter, then booking cheeks is comedic gold. Exactly. He acts like the fans don't matter. Thank you for your support, by the way, Justin McCoy. But still, you know, the Denim Warrior sends over 2. Thank you so much. Smiled when they showed Javon Evans, but Gunther. Exactly. No one wants to see Gunther. But for some reason, we have to act like Gunther is some amazing wrestler. He's never drawn a dime. He's never told a great story. He's never actually cut any good promos or anything like that. And he barely wrestles anymore. And when he does, the matches are usually not even that good. But we have to somehow pretend like Gunther is some legendary generational talent wrestler that we all want to sit down and watch. Have you ever heard anyone sit down and say, hey, I want to watch a Gunther segment. I want to watch a Gunther promo. I want to watch a Gunther match. No one has said I want to watch a Gunther match in 3 years. Do you understand how embarrassing that is? This is the type of stuff that they have, and we're supposed to sit here and say that Gunther is some legend. He's a jobber. He is a jobber. Anyways, after Triple H says all this nonsense, takes his personal pot shots at the fans and at the supporters, he then basically introduces John Cena. John Cena comes out after Triple H made the whole first 10 minutes of the show about himself. John Cena comes out. We get the epicness, the amazingness of John Cena in front of our face for the 4th to last time inside of Boston, Massachusetts, in his hometown. At the end of the day, all I can say is this was awesome. The energy, the moment, seeing Cena in his 4th to last match, this was incredible. I really enjoyed seeing John Cena here. The fans clearly loved it too. And at this point, we're just paying respects to a legend now. So it's great to see John Cena. He comes out to the ring. After he comes out to the ring, John Cena basically cuts like a 10-minute promo before he's interrupted by Dirty Dom, but we'll get to that in a second. John Cena cuts his promo. He basically says, you know, a bunch of thank yous and how grateful he is for Triple H. He says multiple times, he's like, yo, Triple H, thank you for this, and thank you for that, and thank you for this. You guys notice that in the chat? Did you guys notice John Cena saying thank you to Triple H like 5 separate times, and nothing happened? What are you saying thank you for? What are you saying thank you for, bro? Nothing's happened. Anyways, John Cena says thank you. He says, what's it called? He says he's grateful to be here. He's grateful to be back in Boston. He says that they've been to Brussels. They've been to Australia. They've been everywhere. And now it's good to be back in his hometown one final time. After he says all of this, he basically says that Saturday Night Main Event will be a way to showcase the future of the industry. NXT talent will have exhibition matches with main roster people. So that's a pretty cool thing to see. I'm actually excited for that. After that, he basically brings up that he tonight is invincible. Okay, he says this again a little bit later, but that's that. After John Cena says all of these things, Dominic Mysterio interrupts him. Dominic Mysterio then comes out and says that in any era, in any time, I would beat you. You're going to need magic, more than magic, to beat me, because I would beat you in any other era. I would whoop your butt. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what he says. After that, John Cena again says, I am invincible. He basically brings up that tonight, because he's in Boston, no man is going to beat him, and he will win that championship. Afterwards, Triple H makes the match official. We get John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. You're probably thinking, how was the match? The match didn't get to be seen because we had ads. All it was ads, 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 ads. 5 moves, ads. 4 moves, ads. 2 moves, ads. 1 move, ad. Everything is an ad. Unacceptable, man. We can't even watch John Cena win the IC title without seeing 15 ads about Hulk Hogan's American beer, or DoorDash, or Snickers, or Wingstop, or Jey Uso's out there with Cricket Wireless eating. We're eating, guys. We're eating. I don't want to see eating. I want to see John Cena win a championship. Anyways, after this takes place, the match basically ends with John Cena, because we didn't really see most of the match. The match ends up with John Cena, and he basically, you know what I'm saying, the ref gets bumped. John Cena then he puts him in the SCF, puts Dom in the SCF. Dom taps out. After that takes place, John Cena then has to hit another AA. Another ref comes up to the ring. Dominic still kicks out. Cena then takes a 619 and a splash. No sells it. Rolls Dom over. Hits the AA. Match is over. He wins the IC title. Really, really cool ending. However, we didn't see 80% of the match, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I know people are saying use the VPN. I don't have a VPN, okay? I'm watching in America, so I didn't have the VPN, you know what I'm saying? And even then, I still could have gotten a VPN, of course, but obviously I'm not doing all that. I don't even watch these shows in full to begin with, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody's watching these shows from start to finish, so it is what it is. After this, John Cena holds the Intercontinental Championship up high. We're all excited for him. We're all glad to see John Cena become a Grand Slam champion, because he officially won the Intercontinental Championship. That is great news for John Cena. However, we have to acknowledge something. I don't know about you guys in chat. I'd love to get your take on this. Please comment in chat below. Can someone please tell me, did this night tonight not actually feel like a genuine tribute to John Cena, right? Compared to the rest of the year that we've had that didn't really feel like a great tribute to John Cena. This night felt like one of the few nights all year where it actually felt like we were tributing to John Cena. The fans felt like it. The energy felt like it. The atmosphere felt like it. The booking felt like it. We actually had John Cena doing things that the fans have wanted, and he actually finally won an Intercontinental Championship and became a Grand Slam. But this is the first night that he actually felt like he was in a retirement tour. There was respect paid. We got backstage segments. Guys, answer this in the chat. Thank you guys for being, the chat is bumping tonight, but still, let's talk about this. How many backstage segments has John Cena had at the shows he's shown up on this year? He's had 36 dates, and they barely use him backstage. Tonight, they had him interacting with multiple wrestlers. He interacted with Dr. Libations. Mr. I respect you. I love you. I need you. I appreciate you. I'm proud of you. Drew McIntyre, I want to know what makes you tick. What makes you tick, Drew McIntyre? Anyways, that's not the point. John Cena has barely been factored in, and we actually have a situation where John Cena is actually finally getting matches to do that people actually care about, and he's actually having segments. That's the difference. That's the difference, bro. It's a completely different ballgame, man. Completely different ballgame. Let's take a look at this. What's it called? What was I going to say, man? Oh, yes, Boston was the reason. Yes, I will say that. Boston actually, you know, they added some energy to this crowd for sure. You know what I'm saying? That they added some energy to this whole entire night. Is the audio messed up, guys? Let me see something here. Is it still messed up or no? Can you guys hear me or no? Is it delayed? Let me know if it's delayed. I can try and fix it. But still, I'm delayed. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can fix this, bro. How do I fix the delay, Mom? I don't know how to fix it. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. Not really. Not for me. I'm good. Okay. I think I'm good. I should be good. Somebody tried to call me, so I don't know what that was. Let me try and, hold on. Let me put this like this, Mom. Okay. I think we're good. We're good. Anyways, this is the point. John Cena tonight, him finally winning the Intercontinental Championship, to me, is a problem. The reason why it's a problem is because here's the first problem. Jonathan Cena, out of everything that's taken place this year, why do we have 3 dates left and it's just now feeling like we're actually saying goodbye to this legend? You have people greeting him backstage after the match. He's dapping people up, shaking hands with Rey Mysterio. Cody Rhodes is there. Sheamus is there. Everybody's there. And you're telling me that after all of that takes place, now all of a sudden everybody wants to shake hands and be respectful with John Cena. Delayed again, man? What's going on, bro? Hold on, Mom. Let me see something real quick, bro. I think I might be able to fix this, Mom. Okay. Click this here. Let me turn this off right here. Okay. Let me see. It should be good. What's happening is this, right? My internet is, no. I don't think they're trolling. My internet is actually very bad. It's bad right now. I don't know if it's going to fix itself, but it is bad right now. Anyways, after John Cena won this championship, we get backstage. He then sees Dr. Libations. Cody Rhodes is back there to shake John Cena's hand and basically tell him that he respects him. And he says, thanks, champ. They shake hands and we move on. I don't care for this. Nobody cares for this. Cody Rhodes has actually sat there for 15 months doing nothing. And he's backstage shaking hands with John Cena. I don't care what Cody Rhodes has to say about shaking hands with John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Get out of my face with that nonsense. The legend GY3FZ sends over another 2. He says, instead of Cody Rhodes, call him Rody. I can't say that. But yes, I see what you're saying, though. I appreciate your support. But yes, Cody Rhodes is a jobber. They basically go out there. They have that moment. We can move on. John Cena opens up. That was the whole first 40 to 50 minutes of the show. I'm going to be honest with you guys. John Cena winning that match, that was it. I don't know what else to say about it. It was good to see John Cena have that moment, and it did look like John Cena was genuinely happy with the result of the opening of the show. And if you guys have seen, it doesn't seem like he's been too happy with the rest of the stuff that's happened this year, but it seems like he was really happy with the AJ Styles match, and it seems like he was really happy with what happened tonight with, with the match with Dominic Mysterio. So, I'll take it. Pretty cool stuff, whatever. We then move on to the rest of the show, and that's when things completely fly off the rails. AD sends over at 8. He says, do you see Cena and Ray joining War Games and Dom and Brock? Honestly, at this point, let's just see what happens. I don't really care. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. AD, thank you again for your support, but it is what it is. Nobody cares about Dominic Mysterio right now, man. I'm going to be honest with you. Every single thing that he does, the person who's working beside him either makes it interesting or they make it that much better. And so, I don't know, man. I've had enough. I really have just had enough. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We have to start acknowledging the things that at the end of the day, John Cena, every single time he comes out here, guys, this is the final showings of John Cena. He only has 3 left. Do you really want to waste 2 of those appearances? One of them is building up a meaningless 5v5, and then the other one is actually wrestling the meaningless 5v5. Is that how you really want to spend 2 of John Cena's final 3 dates as a professional wrestler? I don't know about that. We got a women's War Games match with no story. Batman8845, thank you so much for your support. That's exactly what we have. We're going to get to the women's War Games stuff in a second, but that's the situation with that. John Cena, after he fights Dominic Mysterio, we got Rusev versus Damian Priest. Triple H has already ruined this tournament, guys. Let's think about this for a second. First off, we had, what was it? Rusev versus Damian Priest. Both of them are above the age of 40. 2 40-plus-year-olds fighting to fight John Cena one last time. When Cena earlier in the night said this is going to be bringing in the future of the wrestling industry. You know what I'm saying? Power Up 7744. Thank you so much. He said John's last title reign, his last title match against Dom is ridiculous. Well, that's what you get. It is what it is. Damian Priest, like someone just said in the chat. Thank you for bringing that up. Damian Priest is 43. Rusev is 41. And they're fighting to see who's going to be Cena's last match, and we know neither of them is going to be the last match. Make the tournament full of people who actually could be able to be Cena's final match. Why are we watching Rusev versus Damian Priest? Why are we watching Sheamus, who's nearly 50, versus Shinsuke Nakamura? What's the point of this? It makes no sense, man. It's unbearable. EDG03, he says, I think you missed my last dono. The tourney is garbage. Yes, it's crap. It's complete crap. Thank you so much for your support. I'm sorry for missing that first dono, man. That's my fault, bro. But yes, it's embarrassing, man. None of this stuff makes any sense. I'm tired of hearing about 50 and 40-year-olds fighting to fight John Cena. That's not exciting to me. That's not engaging to me, man. Sky Mach 4 says Dom is a good heel. He just needs to go to the gym. Thank you so much for your 2. Yeah, Dom just needs to get, Dominic Mysterio just needs more time to cook, man, and maybe he'll be good. But right now, it's an embarrassment. But either way you look at it, you have that match, you have those 2 matches. We then have Gunther is announced to fight Javon Evans next week on Raw. You guys know Javon Evans is one of my favorite wrestlers on the entire roster, despite how young he is. However, why in the world is he being fed to Gunther? Why do we need to see a two-time world champion Gunther fight John Cena in his final match? What's going to happen? He's going to win another world title because he beat Cena? Like, come on. Care 81, Board Games, Cody and Punk should defend the belts. Exactly, it's boring. Why are the two world champions on the same team fighting for nothing? After the War Games match, mark this word, clip this now if you want to. After the War Games match, the 5v5, in the men and the women's division, nothing is going to change. It doesn't matter who wins on either match. The heels could win both, the faces could win both, the face could win the first and the heel could win the second, or vice versa. Nothing is going to change. The heels are still going to be heels, the faces are still going to be faces, and they're still going to be fighting it out to see who the better man is. Stop, man. It's ridiculous. Javon, I see you, man. I appreciate you. AD sends over another 3. Says, Dom is Timu Eddie Guerrero. That's absolutely facts. It's just ridiculous at this point, man. I'm tired of all these War Games matches just being thrown together, just putting people together. It doesn't do anything. It's ridiculous. It's the same match. Why would I want to watch the same War Games match every year? It's the same match. 5 faces, 5 heels. They fight for nothing. We move on. Like, what? I don't know what else to say about it. But that's John Cena. Rusev beats Damian Priest using a Machka kick. So Damian Priest, the same guy who won the world title last year, and the same guy who, what is it called? He made Drew McIntyre knocked out in the steel cage earlier this year, is now jobbing out. That is what we have. What is this here? Hater Tip sends over a 2. Thank you so much. He says the vision is blurry. Yes, the vision sucks. Boombox31 says Triple K back at it again with Evans versus Gunther. Yes, sir. He is, bro. Thank you for your support. Declan Hancock. 8541, he says, at the very least, they could fill out the tournament with guys relevant to Cena's past to make it somewhat unpredictable who progresses through. Exactly. They could have had, maybe you put Orton in there, Carmelo Hayes, a Trick Williams, and Obafemi. You know what I'm saying? Drew McIntyre could have been in there. They could have done all these things, but instead they're giving us Rusev, Damian Priest, Sheamus. What? I see you. Gunther, the ring jobber, Gunther. That's exactly what Gunther is, man, but that's not the point. This John Cena tournament is a failure. All I know is that tonight is probably the last good thing we're going to see in John Cena's retirement run because this is essentially over. All we're looking at now is a bunch of jobbers going out there with a bunch of garbage. Why would I care about seeing Rusev versus John Cena? Come on, man. You can't make this up. Mr. Slayer39, thank you for your support. He says, why is Cody in War Games? The Vision never attacked him. The answer is because Cody has no feud, so he has to be in it to be relevant. Thank you. We're going to get to that in a second. Actually, we're going to get to that in the next segment because after this, we had CM Punkinator come out to the ring. CM Punkinator comes out to the ring and basically brings up how he wants to fight Logan Paul. Logan Paul comes out, and Logan Paul basically says, you know what, CM Punk, I'm tired of getting cracked. I'm tired of getting cracked by Brunson Reed. I'm tired of getting cracked by Braun Breaker. And you should be tired of getting cracked too because if you don't fall in line with the Vision, you're going to get destroyed. I'm tired of being cracked. That's all Logan Paul has to say. We then have the Vision come out there with Logan Paul. They walk up to the ring. And then after that's done, we then have, I know people are saying pause, I get it, but that's what he said, okay? That's what he said on the mic. I didn't say it, he said it. CM Punk says, or Logan Paul says that, Logan Diddy says that, goes out to the ring, they're about to brawl with Punk. Jey Uso comes out in shorts and random socks. I think he's wearing 2 different socks. He goes out there, and then also you had Cody Rhodes comes out of nowhere. Can someone please explain to me? Let's do a pop quiz. Why is Cody Rhodes helping CM Punk and Jey Uso? Why is he involved in the War Games feud? Why is he helping these guys out? Why is he fighting the Vision? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Nobody has any reasoning. There is no stories anymore in professional wrestling. Everything just happens. Things just happen and happen and happen, and we just move on, and we're just okay with it. There's no reason for it. Naked dried chicken without flavor sends over a 2. Thank you so much. He says, not that many black wrestlers on Raw shown. Yeah, of course there isn't. Why would there be? Triple H is the one booking the show. You know what I'm saying? Skymock 4, thank you for your support. He says, Logan Pause. Yes, Logan Pause. That's a good one, Logan Pause. But still, it's just embarrassing. Cody Rhodes comes out there with no story, no reasoning, and nothing to do. How is it possible that every single late year Cody has nothing to do? You remember last year, he wasn't even on the Survivor Series card. Cody Rhodes, your WWE champion, wasn't even on the Survivor Series card last year because he had nothing to do. So they just said, you know what? Hey, wait an extra 3 weeks. You can go fight Kevin Owens at Saturday Night's Main Event because he has nothing to do. Codarius Rodington is a jobber. Every year they have nowhere to go with this guy. How are your WWE champion and your world champion are both in a War Games match? That shows me 3 things. Number 1, Cody Rhodes is a jobber. Number 2, CM Punk currently is a jobber. And number 3, there are no storylines and no good quality effort put into the creative for either of your champions. It's as simple as that. And that's where you are now. Now you have Cody Rhodes, a.k.a. Stardust, going out there and jobbing out. Makes no sense, man. It's ridiculous. Cody Rhodes, what story is there with Cody Rhodes and Braun Breaker? What story is there with Cody Rhodes and Brunson Reed? What story is there with him and Logan Paul? None. Throw out the faces, throw out the heels, get a War Games match. This is why I'm not rewarding this garbage creative. People are going to sit here and say because Cena won the IC belt that tonight's Raw was great because the energy was great and it's Cena. And yeah, I love Cena. He's my favorite wrestler ever. I get it. But we have to relax. You can't have this bad booking and things making no sense and all these jobbers going out here. And because the crowd was hot for 30 minutes and John Cena won a match, now we're calling the show good? What was good about it? After John Cena lost that match, what was good about it? Or won the match, sorry. What was good about the rest of the show? I can't tell you one thing. I really can't. Let me go back up here. Let's see here, Mom. Okay. Out on the floor, I think is what it says. Sends over a 5. Thank you so much for your support. I'm sorry, but when were CM Punk and Cody friends? Oh, right, bad booking. They think that they can make us care about the faction just by having them fight. Great point. Thank you for your dono, man. I appreciate that. Cody Rhodes and CM... You guys remember before Royal Rumble this year, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk had that promo before the Royal Rumble where they were talking about fighting each other. And Cody was all up in CM Punk's face saying to him, I used to be the one trying to catch up to you, but now you're trying to catch up to me, and I'll be waiting when you do that. Now you fast forward, and he's randomly helping him on Raw. Like, this is so stupid. I love LA for life. 417 says, do a Jey Uso impression, sends over a 5. 4 letters, 1 word. I'ma get you, Oos. I'ma get you, Oos. You know what I'm saying? EDG03 sends over a 2. He says, at least AEW got stories going into blood and guts. Yes. Jey Uso is such a jobber. Jey Uso goes out there every single week, and it's the same thing. He's out of breath after all that yeeting, and then once he actually gets on the mic, he has nothing to say. He comes out there, he's like... Oos! 4 letters! 1 word! Yeet! Like, dude, get out of my face. Giovanni Gonzalez sends over a 2. He says, Jay Glaze needs to stop. Yes, that's exactly what it is, Mom. Xavier Hill sends over a 2. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's all Jey Uso can do. All he can do is literally just sit there and get out of breath. He comes down from the ring after yeeting for 15 minutes and then proceeds to go like... Punk! I'ma get you, Oos! Yeet! Get out of my face, man. Jey Uso's a jobber, bro. Even though... Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, the Usos, those are one of my favorite tag teams of all time. I have them up there with the Hardys. I love the Hardys, you know what I'm saying? But still, stop. He's a jobber. We're done with the 4 letters, 1 word. You're a jobber. Stop. Anyways, we then move on from this. We get a backstage segment with William Regal. William Regal is back to announce that we have, lower your volumes for this, William Regal comes back and he goes, we have... War Games! And he basically announces that we are going to get a War Games match with eventually 5 members, but right now it's Cody, CM Punk, and Jay Yeetmaster versus Logan Paul, Bronsinho Reed, and Branito Breaker. That is the 3v3 we have. Obviously, the teammates that are going to be added to this are most likely LA Knight and Roman Reigns. And then for the heels, it'll be Brock Lesnar and whatever other jobber they want to shove in there. I'm telling you right now, next week they're going to have Brock Lesnar return and they're going to have Roman Reigns return. And everyone's going to call next week's episode amazing even if it sucks. That's the truth of the matter, man. It's as simple as that. This War Games match makes no sense. And let me explain something to you guys, because we're going to move on to Stephanie Vaquera's World Championship defense after this. But let me just say something real quick, guys. Think about this for a second. If the War Games teams are Cody Rhodes, and dude, how many of you guys in chat remember when I literally said, I think it was after my SummerSlam review or Clash in Paris or whatever PLE or whatever show it was, I said that War Games for this year was already ruined. There was something that happened a month ago or 2 months ago where I already made a video saying War Games was ruined. I don't know if you guys remember that, but I said this. The War Games are already done. Let me explain to you why. Cody, Punk, Romano, Manny96P sends over a dono. Thank you for the 2. He says, impersonate Gunther cutting a promo against John Cena. Oh, man. What can I do for Gunther cutting a promo against John Cena? John Cena! I don't even know what to say at this point, bro. Let's be honest. What does Gunther even say on the mic? He has no charisma. He has no catchphrases. What does Gunther say? He goes out there and he says, I am the ring general and I am going to beat you, and proceeds to lose. He got tapped out by Jey Uso. Trying to tell me that he's the ring general. What ring general gets tapped out by Jey Uso? Anyways, the faces. Sorry, the 5 faces. See, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and let's say LA Knight. Then we have Logan Paul, Sorry, Xavier Hill sends over a $2 donation. He says waiting for Paul Heyman to take over creative. Xavier Hill, I hopefully that, I mean, honestly, he's better than Triple H. I mean, what can go wrong? Storm sends over a dono. He says Mello is also from Boston. No scene interaction. Exactly. They give people the bare minimum effort and they're calling the show good. Anyways, that's the team of 5 faces. The heels are going to be Logan Paul, Brunson Reed, Bonito Breakker. Let's say it's Brock Lesnar, and let's say it's Austin Theory. Austin Theory is a jobber. Nobody cares. Brock Lesnar has been beat by Roman Reigns. I don't even know how many, at least 5 to 10 times at this point he's been beat by Roman Reigns. That's step 1. Cody Rhodes just beat Brock Lesnar 2 times 2 years ago, the last time he was seen before this year. That's step 2. CM Punk has he just pinned Braun Breaker like 2 months ago or like a month ago on Raw. Okay, so that's step 2. Jey Uso has beaten Braun Breaker and Brunson Reed, and Roman Reigns has also beat Brunson Reed. You tell me, how are you going to book it now for it to make sense for the faces to lose this? If we've already seen every face beat every one of the heels on the other team. We even saw Roman Reigns beat Logan Paul at Crown Jewel. And you're telling me that team of 5 faces is fighting 5 heels and that they already beat, and this is supposed to be some captivating story that makes sense. Do you see how dumb this is? This is an embarrassment. The War Games match is already dead on arrival. Survivor Series, it's dead for the women's too. We're going to get to that later. But this division is done. It's done, man. Ridiculous. Sorry here. Giovanni Gonzalez sends over a 2. He says, bring Shawn Michaels to bury Triple Fraud. Hopefully that happens. You know what I'm saying? But that's the situation with that. The War Games situation is already done. None of it makes sense. Jey Uso beat Logan Paul too. I forgot about that. He beat him at Saturday Night's Main Event. Or whatever that was. That is the booking you have. 5 faces who have already beat the 5 heels they're fighting against, and they're fighting again. To prove what? What is going to be proven by this match? Can someone in the chat please tell me what happens if the faces win this match? What changes? Nothing. We're still going to get Jey Uso and Braun. How many times has Braun Breaker speared Jey Uso this year? 100? 200? 300? 400? What? 500? What? 600? What? 700? What? 800? What? 900? What? How many times, man? We've seen the same thing 15 billion times. It's the same stuff. Anyways, we move on. We're going to get to Nikki Bella in a second. Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. They fought each other for the World Heavyweight Championship. The match was mid. Raquel Rodriguez had some pretty cool moments, and that's great for him, or great for her, sorry. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Raquel Rodriguez had some good moments in this match. Good for her. Sorry. Raquel Rodriguez has a good moment. Nobody cares about this match. Stephanie Vaquer hits her little corkscrew moonsault thing. It's basically dang near botched. After that takes place, we then move on. I don't know what else to say about this. Stephanie Vaquer, after she hits her corkscrew moonsault she hits, she then pins Raquel Rodriguez. After Raquel Rodriguez ends up getting pinned, we basically have a moment where they brawl with Raquel and Roxanne and Nikki Bella. Nicholas Bella. Nikolai Bella. Nicole Bella goes out there and turns heel on Stephanie Vaquer. And I was watching the show with my brother. I literally told him a minute before this happened, I said, what's going to be the reasoning for Nikki Bella turning heel right here? Because we know what's going to happen and it's not going to make any sense. So what's the reason for this? What is the reason in chat, guys, for Nikki Bella turning heel? I'd love to see what you guys have because there's no reason in the booking in the kayfabe. So I don't know what it is. US Jason's over at 2. He says Paul Heyman should replace Triple H as the head of creative. Honestly, I don't even know about that. I don't think anyone who's currently working at WWE should be running creative. That's the way I see it. But still, Nikki Bella turns heel. Why? I don't know. You don't know. No one knows. Because everyone is a jobber. The booking sucks. It's booked for bots. Earlier in the night when Cody Rhodes comes out for no reason, may I add, the crowd is chanting, Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody, Cody Rhodes. And then next week, when Roman Reigns goes out there to help people who he can't stand CM Punk. He just fought him at Mania. He's fought Cody twice at Mania. Fought him twice. And if he teams with LA Knight, that's another person he had beef with in the past. And he's going to come out and team with 3 people who he doesn't like in storyline. And they're going to be chanting, Roman, Roman Reigns, Roman, Roman Reigns. Anyways, KT Entertainment sends over a 2. Thank you so much for your support. He says, fitting that Nicole returns heel in Cena's hometown. It is what it is, eh? You know what I mean? Thank you for your support, though. 3 Diglets sends over a 10. He says, for the cheap pop. That's why Nicole Bella turned heel. Yes, Nicholas Bella turned heel. 3 Diglets, thank you for the 10, man. That's big support, bro. I really appreciate that. That's the situation, though. And Nikki Bella's doing all this. She's going to lose the match that she has to Stephanie Vaquer. She's going to lose the match. And then King Abby 22 sends over a 5. Thank you so much. He says, I know CJX is excited to see Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree next Monday. Yes, man. I'm so excited to see the rematch that we've seen 80 times. I'm so excited. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Sean Otley sends over a 2. He says that heel turn was predictable and pointless. Yes, it absolutely was. Of course it was predictable and pointless. What else is, what you know what I'm saying? What is not predictable and pointless in today's WWE? You know, nothing makes any sense. Cody Rhodes is running out there. He's just going to fight with people. He's going to brawl. We're going to have no story. And the game. Let's move on. Mr. Slayer 39 sends over a 5. He says, I know people ain't gonna like me for this, but I'm a Jey Uso fan, and the way that the way that they're booking him sucks. He was your world heavyweight champion, and he can beat anyone clean. Yeah, thank you for your support, of course, and that's a great point. Jey Uso at this point, I don't understand it, man. How do you win a world title and tap out Gunther, someone who's probably about to retire John Cena? Jey Uso made that guy tap out in 5 seconds, and now Jey Uso can't pin Bronzinho Reed when he was just doing it a month ago. It's I don't know it's so stupid. It makes no sense. Justin McCoy sends over a 2. Thank you so much. He says, because it's the 40 to 50-year-old boom period. Fina. Yes, sir. That's what it is. It's the boom period, man. Tell me how we're in a boom period when we have the same dudes main eventing now that were main eventing like 15 years ago. Like, it's, anyways, Nikki Bella turns heel, guys. What's going to come from this? What's going to come from this, Mom? Does anybody know what's going to come from this? I'll give you a spoiler, not a prediction. Nothing is going to come from this. She will lose at Survivor Series. There's going to be no good promos or stories told until Survivor Series takes place. And even then there will, but there still probably wouldn't be a good match. You know? Again, let me grab my chapstick, man. I don't want my lips getting chapped out here while I'm talking this nonsense, you dig? Let me grab this chapstick, bro. Make sure y'all get your chapsticks, Mom. Let me knock this off real quick, bro. Get this going. You know what I'm saying? Pop the chapstick, you dig? Anyways, after this, we then proceeded to get, what was next after this? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, guys. After we got Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez, we then moved on, and we got, guess what? Another match with a bunch of 40-year-old jobbers. Not Damian Priest, Sheamus, who's nearly 40s, nearly 50, sorry. Sheamus comes out there, who's nearly 50 years old, and fights against Shinsuke Nakamura and beats him. What is the point of this match? We know Shinsuke's not going to win against Cena. We know he's not going to fight him. We know Sheamus isn't going to fight Cena. So why are we watching two people who are old as dirt in wrestling years fight to see who's going to fight John Cena? Why? Why? We then move on. After this, we got to the main event. Shinsuke Nakamura after he lost to Sheamus, by the way. It's then revealed where we got the announcements that we're going to get Javon Evans versus Gunther. We're going to get another match as well with Solo Sikoa versus a random opponent, a mystery opponent. Who do you guys think the mystery opponent is for Solo Sikoa? I'm going Joe Hendry. I'm going to go Joe Hendry. That's the way I see it. King Jaw, thank you for sending over the 2. He says Roman Aura farms with and against his ops. Yes, exactly. And when Roman Reigns shows up at Survivor Series, he will be the only superstar on that team besides Punk. It's as simple as that, Mom. KT Entertainment, thank you for sending over the 2. He says WWE is like I'm watching it on replay every single week. Well, that's because it's on replay every single week, you know? But still, it is what it is. We have to move on. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to take a moment to acknowledge something real quick. Yaman Prajapati. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm sorry so much, but thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. He sends a 100 bomb. A Patrick Mahomes bomb. An Aaron Rodgers bomb. That is massive. That is pure love right there. One love, man, to Yaman. One love. Massive W there, man. Massive W. Sends over a 100 and says that what even is WWE now? They think they're UFC or something. No story, just senseless matches. Stop watching when they're gonna make John Baby again on random SmackDown. That's a great point. And I saw a podcast where Scarlett and Karrion Kross were talking about how the new philosophy from WWE is to make sure that nobody is bigger than the company. And so it looks like they're succeeding at doing that because they're not building any new stars and the show sucks. But yes, Yaman again, man. Thank you so much. That is huge. Sending over a 100 means a lot to me, man. That's a lot of support, a lot of love, and it shows you guys are really appreciating and vibing with the content, man. So that's actually huge, man. Everyone give a big W for Yamal, bro. Thank you so much, man. I gotta literally sit back and clap for that, bro. That is just phenomenal. I've never gotten a donut like that before, and I really appreciate that, bro. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, man. That's actually huge. Thank you so much. Wow. That's shocking, man. That is shocking. Playmaker Central sends over a 2. He says, you and the hater should collab. I'm down, man. Yeah, boy, the hater. Kevy Rez, he says, Death Riders are better than the Vision. Yeah, they're both garbage, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Cena should be on commentary for the tournament. That would be kind of cool, but they're not going to do that. Care81, thank you for your 2. I appreciate that, bro. IB Swift sends over a 5. He says, I'm so tired of LeBronson Reed wear that dang Tribal Chief shirt. What's it called? What was he stole since Roman Reigns got his shoes back? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he's still taking Roman Reigns' shoes, but it is what it is. IB Swift, thank you for your support, though, of course. Yes, let me scroll back down and catch up with this chat, man. Let me catch up, man. Kid Ashton sends over a 2. He says, C-Jax and Creative can make a huge difference. Yes, it would. Absolutely would, of course. If I was booking the show instead of Triple H, I guarantee you we're never dropping to 900,000 viewers, ever. Guarantee you that. 3 Diglets. Wow. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. That is absolutely absurd. 3 Diglets, ladies and gentlemen, sends over a 100 bomb. Another Patrick Mahomes bomb, bro. 3 Diglets, I want to say thank you so much, man. I mean, truly. You know what I mean? I don't want to try and, be too animated, you know what I'm saying? And, make a joke out of it. This is actually legit, bro. I thank you so much for that, man. That is huge. You sending a $100 dono, bro, is massive. That is an act of kindness. It's an act of appreciation. And I 100% respect it. Of course, bro. Thank you, man. That is absolute love right there, bro. That is more than love. That is 1 love. That might be 2 love. What? 3 love. What? 4 love. What? 5 love. What? You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, 3 Diglets. That is huge, man. Thank you so much for that dono. Wow, I'm shocked, man. The love and the care from the chat, bro. Just the love and the support, bro. I might start just going live every day. You know what I'm saying? Just start going live just randomly tomorrow. Just pull up the camera in school and just go live. Anyways, 3 Diglets sends over an 100. He says, C-Jax, the 100 bombs are red. Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, 3 Diglets. That is huge. Wow. I'm just floored right now, man. As bad as this Raw was, I at this point, I'm not even thinking about Raw, man. I'm just shocked at the love and the support from the chat, bro. I mean, it's just, I really do. I got the best subs in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do. Like, the chat's just peak. The subscribers are amazing. The support is amazing. The fan base is great. What more can you say? What more can you say, man? God is good. God is good. You know what I'm saying? D Traverse ODT sends over a 5. He says, it would be nice if somebody Obafemi, cough, secretly attacks a face to insert himself into the Vision in War Games. They're probably going to do that, most likely. I expect someone from NXT to be brought up and just be able to just do that, and that's basically it. So I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly, yeah, Obafemi likely is going to do that, man. That's kind of I think that's exactly what's going to happen next week on Raw, actually. So D Travers, thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate that, bro. Let me see this next comment here. Mr. Slayer 39 sends over a 5. He says, watch the baby faces lose the advantage match, even though it doesn't make sense just for the heels to lose for nothing. Exactly. Advantage matches mean nothing. What? Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and LA Knight. And you're telling me that if they lose an advantage match that they're going to lose. There's no point of the advantage match this year. You have the 3 top faces in the company on the same team. What disadvantage? Come on, man. Stop. It's over. Gary Lee sends over a 2. He says TKO selling WWE at this point, riding on the wall. Yes, they're probably going to get rid of it. They have no choice at this point because how much garbage has actually been, spewed at the end of the day. So it is what it is. Anyways, Tangle sends over a 3. He says, we respect you. We love you. And I feel the love, truly, man. It's very rare that you actually get to sit back, you know what I'm saying? And, just actually realize how amazing that the support is. It's different having because, you can have 5 million subs or whatever. You can have 5 million bajillion subs. However, having actually immeasurable support and love from your fan base and from the people who view and are, supporting you, you guys are the reason why I'm doing this, right? So it's you have to show support where it is. This is special, man. We have a special community and I am 100% proud of it and 100% grateful for it. Thank God for it every day, actually. So, yeah, there you have it. Now that we're fully caught up on chat, let's get in to the next segment. Let's see this here. Which, by the way, I just thought of something actually. Now that I'm thinking about this match that took place with, or that's going to take place with Gunter and Javon Evans. They said that there was going to be 4 NXT people taking place in the tournament. We already have 1. So doesn't that mean there's going to be 3 more? I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I missed something. I don't know. Let's see here. All on the floor sends over a 2. He says, you think Triple H will book Obafemi right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Queen Augustine, thank you so much. Basically, he says, your impressions always make me laugh. Blessings. Yes, always, man. That's the goal. I'm here to put a smile on your guys' face. I'm here to inform you, entertain you, inspire you, respect you, and love you. So there you go. You know what I'm saying? Mega A53 sends over a 5. He says, nobody sees that Triple H is running the company into the ground on purpose while cashing checks. Saudi is going to get a trash company. That's most likely what's going to happen. Manny96P sends over a 2. He says, in 3 years, WWE will be sponsored by Spirit Halloween. It's true. Most likely. I mean, listen, I thank you for your support, but let's be honest here. If they're not supported by Spirit Halloween by that time, I would genuinely be floored. I would actually be shocked. Sean Otley sends over a 5. He says, makes no sense for Nia and Lash to tag. They were just feuding a month ago. Yes, they were literally feuding on NXT like a month and a half ago, and now they're teammates, and they're talking about some clock it. Like, bro, come on, man. But let's get back. Let's get back to reality. You know, let's get back to basics. But still, somebody said in chat, I respect your chocolate behind. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate that. Anyways, let's get back into the show. We got to the main event. And it was, Giovanni Gonzalez says over 2. He says, I respect you. We love you. We need you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. But anyways, we get to the next match, which was the main event. It was Charlotte Flair, Charles Flair, Charlie Flair with Alexa Bliss, Alex Bliss, Alexandra Bliss. They go against the Kabuki Warriors. Obviously, this match, I'm pretty sure, ended in a DQ. Or I think it's Charlotte. How did this match end, guys? Because I know that Rhea Ripley returned afterwards, but I'm trying to remember how it ended. How did it end again? Was it? Because I know that the Kabuki Warriors didn't win the belts, but I'm forgetting how did it end before Rhea Ripley came out there and Io Sky came back as well. I don't know. Mega 53 sends over a 5. He says, where is Montez Ford? Montez Ford is in catering. He is making a great meal right now. I'm not sure what's in it, but he's making a good meal. You know what I'm saying? So that's that. They won? Yeah. Wait, what? The Kabuki Warriors won the championship? What? Wow. Yo, what? I didn't know that, bro. That's actually crazy. Joel Jasai sends over a 2. He says the Bukake Warriors won with a cricket reaction. Of course they did. Wow. So Triple Fraud actually made the Kabuki Warriors win the championship. Wow, man. Wow. How do you guys feel about that, bro? How do y'all feel about that? That's actually crazy. I did not watch the ending. I kid you not. After they did the Stephanie versus Raquel match, I shut it off completely. I'm dead serious. I don't lie to you guys. I'm telling you, I have not watched a full Raw or SmackDown from start to finish in 10 months. Dead serious. Wow. Man. Oh, yeah, they did that. Wow. That's interesting. I don't know about that, guys. Having Alexa and Charlotte lose this close to War Games, I don't know, man. I guess they had to do something to add up to the story, but there is no story, so what are we adding? Grog Vlog sends over a 2. He says, is it just me that hates Rhea's character? Yes, Rhea's character sucks. After the Kabuki Warriors won, which is news to me, there was no reason for them to have that title change, like I just said, and quite frankly, I don't understand why they would do this. There's no story behind it. It doesn't make sense, and it's unwarranted. So I guess it happened to build a feud for a War Games match that means nothing in the long term. Does that sound intelligent to you guys? Does that sound great? I don't know. I think it sounds stupid. But after they won, we had Rhea Ripley came out, and so did Io Sky. They both returned. Rhea Ripley basically hit a riptide or hit a powerbomb. She powerbombed, I think it was Kairi Sane into Asuka, and that was it. Again, guys, let's think about this logically for a second. Why did the Kabuki Warriors win the championship? Let's just answer that first, and then let's move on. Kid Ashton sends over a 5. He says, I hate when WWE pay-per-views in the same cities. Like we got cities, well, what's it called? We got cities like Miami getting left out. I appreciate that. Don't know, Kid Ashton, and that is true. They revisit the same places over and over again when they need to go to different places. I did see Rhea Ripley has the Batman mask again, so You know, it is what it is. Rhea Ripley goes out there and she comes out in her Batman mask. So now we have two superhero characters showing up on Raw. We have Bayley, who comes out with her split personality gimmick, where 1 week, I love you, Lyra, I hate you, Lyra, I love you, Lyra, I hate you, Lyra, I love you, Lyra, I hate you, Lyra, I love you, Lyra, I hate you, Lyra. And then the following week, she doesn't know who she is. It's like Venom with the split personality, like I said before. Eddie, we can do whatever we want. Eddie, yeah, we have Venom. No, you're a jobber. Relax yourself. After Bayley did that, we now have Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley comes out with her mask after she gets a massive pop from the crowd, I will say that. Rhea Ripley comes out there, gets a big pop. Io Sky gets a good pop as well. And Rhea Ripley now, I'm Batman. What? I'm Batman. What? So the second year straight, how convenient is it? Rhea Ripley somehow comes out and she basically is now Batman again. For the second year straight at War Games, she's going to be wearing a Batman mask. So that's great. I don't know if she's going to be Pattinson or Batfleck or Christian Bale or Val Kilmer or, you know what I'm saying, George Clooney, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It can be any type of Batman you want. But that's it. She then says, War Games, because I'm going to take my title. I never lost. Yeah. Anyways, that's not the point. Okay. Let's see. Joel just slices over 2. He says Batman Rhea versus Venom Bayley 5-star booking. Thank you so much for that support, and that's probably what's going to happen. We are going to actually get a Batman versus Venom match before we get a good show booked by Triple Fraud, and before we get GTA 6. Think about that for a second. Power Up 7744 sends over a 2. Thank you so much, my boy. My guy. He says title changes have been random this year, scratching my head. Of course they have. Triple H doesn't know what he's doing. Triple H doesn't even know what he's going to have for breakfast tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? If you were in New York with Triple H, as much money as he has, he probably couldn't even book you a cab. He can't book a wrestling show. So that's that. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. But yes, of course, you know, I did the Venom and the Batman impression, of course, and the Cody Rhodes impression. Like I said, I'm done doing the Drew McIntyre impression because I'm actually infuriated at his booking, so we're not doing that. But after this takes place, we now get it confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. What happened after this? Yes, after this took place, Rhea Ripley came out, and it has officially been confirmed that I can't stop thinking about Punk, and I can't stop thinking about Randy, and I can't stop thinking about Cody. Anyways, let's move on. After this, after this happened, okay? That was pretty awesome. I needed to get that out, man. Shout out to Drew McIntyre, bro, the homie, man. We love Drew McIntyre, bro. He's the GOAT. Mega53 says Triple H doesn't care. Of course he doesn't care. Come on, man. Tyler Newton, massive 20. Thank you so much for your support, bro. That means a lot. I really respect that, man, and it shows the love that you have for your boy and the support you have for me. So that means a lot to me, bro. Thank you so much. Tyler Newton sends over a 20. Big W's in the chat for Tyler Newton. Another Mahomes bomb. You know what I'm saying? Another Tom Brady bomb. He sends over a 20. He says, can we get WWE just to hire you already? In the words of Nas, one love, my guy. Yes, sir. Tyler Newton, one love to you as well, bro. Thank you so much. Tubby1278 sends over a 2. He says WWE is over when GTA 6 comes out. Most likely. It already is now at this point. You know what I'm saying? It already is now. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. We have to just have it at this point. Drew McIntyre is apparently shooting a movie, guys, by the way. So fans are going to try and make the excuse that because Drew McIntyre was shooting a movie, that is the reason why he lost to Cody Rhodes in a meaningless match. And now where does Cody go from here, guys? He has no feuds, no stories, no opponents. Now what? Another boring month of Cody's title reign just confirmed, sealed the deal by Triple Fraud himself, the Gamer, who has the audacity to call out fans and call out the media and the fans of the opinions of the fans who are supporting and paying money for this product. And he's calling them out, saying that they need to shut up, or in his words, screw off. Angela Bauman sends over a 5. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. It says, the rumor has it that The Rock is done with his filming schedule for the year and is going to show up to the Saturday Night Main Event and face John Cena. I did hear that before. Let me tell you guys how Saturday Night Main Event needs to end. John Cena can literally lose to Gunther in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, what? 25 minutes, what? 30 minutes, what? 40 minutes, what? An hour, what? But still, after that takes place, John Cena loses to Gunther, let's just say. He lifts up the mic like he's about to leave, right? After he lifts up the mic like he's about to leave, before he can even say the word thank you, guys, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, and The Rock's music hits, and he comes out there and basically says, I want your soul. You thought I was going to let you retire? John Cena and The Rock have one final match. and it's like 15, 20 minutes, whatever you want to have it be. A finisher fest, a bunch of brawls, whatever it want to be. No rules because The Rock is the boss, so he can make it a no DQ match at any moment that he wants to. That is how John Cena should win, and he should beat The Rock and gain his soul back. And you could have a bunch of interferences. Roman could interfere. They could build to something with that. CM Punk could interfere. Cody could interfere. You know what I'm saying? Drew McIntyre could be The Rock's champion, and he could interfere. You know, you could have Cody lose his belt to Drew on that same night, and then have The Rock come out later and reveal that Drew is his champion. That way, you're closing a chapter with Cena and making an epic conclusion to that, where he can still say bye and have an amazing moment. And you could also have the final Diddy. You know what I'm saying? Your boy, the final Diddy, could actually come out there and actually set up a new storyline heading into next year's Mania. That way you actually do multiple things. Randy Orton can get involved too, you know? That's how you tie up one storyline in an epic and thoughtful way, and an emotional way too, because it's going to be emotional regardless. It's Cena's final match. Nobody's going to want to see him lose. You could tie it up that way and also set up something beautiful and exciting for next year's WWE. But are they going to do that, guys? Absolutely not. That's the situation with that. But anyways, it's been confirmed. This was the last part of the night. Rhea, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Io Sky, and one more member will fight against the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, and Nia Jax, and one other member in their group as well. So we're going to get another added-on member. I'm assuming it's going to be Lyra on the faces and Bayley on the heels. So we're going to have We Are Venom versus I'm Batman. And that's the match that we're going to get at War Games. And everybody's going to sit back, and after the match is done, and it's going to suck, everyone is going to chant, "This is awesome! This is awesome! This is awesome!" And Corey Graves and Wade Barrett are going to be there to remind us that this match was a banger. And Lyra versus Bayley Part 9 to Wade is going to be a banger. And Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky Part 90 is going to be a banger. Anyways, man. The Hated R Superstar sends over a 5. He says Triple H really got gaslit to end the show with a Charlotte tag team match again. And Adam West Batman. Yes. Thank you for your support, Hated R Superstar, and that is exactly what we're getting. We're going to get more garbage. I honestly forgot. That's a great point in the chat. AJ Lee. Who do you guys want to be the final member on each the women's face team and the women's heel team for the War Games match? Who do you guys want to be the last members for those? I'm gonna go with AJ Lee for the faces and probably Bayley for the heels. Bayley will probably beat up Lyra backstage and write her off, and then we'll just move on and get something else. I don't know. You know, that's basically the situation with that. No one? Yeah, that's actually facts. Get Bayley out of here, bro. Get Venom out of here. I'm tired of hearing about Venom. Oh, that's right, Rebecca Lynch. That's right, guys. Yeah, that's right. It's going to be Rebecca Lynch and AJ Lee. You're right. You're right. That's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get Rebecca and AJ, man. Mm-hmm. I agree. At the end of the day, the women's War Games match has no cohesive story narrative. The only narrative is that these 5 faces and these 5 heels are allegedly at odds because we're going to force a conflict. And then after that, you will then move on and we will give you a match. That is all we have to go off of, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. If we're being realistic, there's no story for any of this nonsense that's taking place. But we have to pretend as if there is, because apparently that's just how it works now. I don't know what else to say about it, Mom. Let me see. Let's see this here. Let me look up what else took place at this. Oh, wow. Okay, so, let's see. So AJ Lee is actually slated to be on next week's Raw, guys. That is apparently a slated thing that's going to happen. Wow. Okay. That is, man. Wow. So AJ Lee and Becky Lynch and John Cena and Romano Reigns, by the way, is most likely going to return next week. So that's what we have. Wow. Okay. That's definitely interesting. Anyone know why, AJ Lee decided to show up for the first time in, I don't know, what is it here? 7 weeks? Why is AJ Lee randomly returning after 7 weeks to fight in a meaningless War Games match? Anyone have any questions? Nobody's going to ask questions? Okay. We'll just move on. Because guess what? They're going to put on a banger. And AJ Lee's going to get off that book tour and she's going to put on a banger. And Becky Lynch going to fight Maxine Dupree for the 15th time and they going to put on a banger. That's what we're going to get. That's just ridiculous at this point, man. Anyways, Roman Reigns also is most likely going to show up next week as well. So we are going to have the final teams. Who do you guys think should be the final member of the men's face team and the men's heel teams? Because we need 2 more members for each team. I'm going for the faces, Roman Reigns and LA Knight. For the women's team, obviously we're gonna have to go with Rebecca Lynch and AJ Lee. That AJ Lee will be the face and Rebecca Lynch will be the face, or the heel, sorry. Roman and Brock, okay. But who's the 5th member gonna be? We need a 5th though. Okay, so Roman Reigns, of course, yes. John Cena. Ooh, John Cena. Wow. Dude, John, Cody, Punk, Roman, and Jey Uso on the same team? Wow. That's a big fight feel match. But guess what? There's no story. Yay. Anyways, Mr. Meow sends over a 2. Thank you so much for your support. He says John Cena got the title on Raw on news. Yeah, John Cena won the Intercontinental Championship, man. He's now a Grand Slam champion officially. He beat Dominic Mysterio tonight in an Intercontinental Championship match. So there you have it, man. You know what I'm saying? There you have it, bro. There you have it. The show was complete garbage, but there you have it. Either way you look at it, even if they have this, who's gonna show up to be the to be the second heel for the men's though? If you have Brock Lesnar, who's the 5th guy gonna be? Oba Femi? I don't. Who else is gonna show up and play that role? It's not gonna be Drew, right? Because Drew's shooting a movie, I heard. So I guess that's not gonna work. Who else is in here, bro? Austin Theory, maybe? Nobody wants to see that. Austin Theory's a jobber. I mean, come on. Dude, you know things are bad when you're talking about Austin Theory potentially showing up to do a 5v5 War Games match, and he hasn't been seen since 1984. That's the last time. Austin Theory was back. This dude graduated in 1982, bro, and he's showing up for a War Games match now. Wow. Okay. Anyways, that's what you got. Boombox sends over a 5. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. He says, I honestly hope Maxine doesn't win. There are 10 better women on the roster in NXT that deserve better than her. NXT way better than her that deserve a match with Becky Lynch. It's dumb. I agree with that. Maxine Dupree is not going to win that match next week, though. I'm going to tell you that right now. Becky Lynch will win. They'll do the classic thing after where the heel beats up the face even after the bell is rung. She'll win a quick one or something like that. She may do a roll-up or something. And then afterwards, we're basically going to have a situation where we're going to probably have AJ Lee come out to stop Becky Lynch from brawling with the faces. And that's basically it. I don't know what else to say about it. It's stupid, but it is what it is, man. That's the situation with that. And that's it. Becky Lynch sucks, bro. I mean, you listen, man. Her Intercontinental Championship reign has lost so much steam. Like, it's actually sad. I even said that her title reign was trash, but for like a month and a half period in there, it was actually kind of fire. But even then, like, now you just look at it and you're just disgusted. Like, this is garbage, bro. What am I supposed to do with this nonsense? Power Up 7744 sends over a 2. He says, what happened to Austin Theory anyways? He's a jobber. That's basically what took place. It's you know what I'm saying? It's as simple as that, you know? When you have these jobbers, you really just have to roll with the punches, man. You know what I'm saying? 1 week you're jobbing out, the next week you're winning titles. It's as simple as that. Gunther gets knocked out in 5 seconds by Jey Uso. The following year, like literally 5 months later, now he's retiring John Cena. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what it is. It is just stupid at this point. WWE is R word? Yeah, probably. They probably are. Well, I mean, Triple H is definitely Triple K. I mean, we know that for a fact. At the end of the day, we have to start looking at things objectively. We haven't seen Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, or Oba Femi even mentioned in weeks. And that's Carmelo Hayes had a match 2 weeks ago, I think, and even him, since he hasn't even been mentioned. We haven't mentioned Trick. We haven't mentioned Oba. Trick Williams is literally a super senior in NXT. I said this last time. He's a super senior in NXT, bro. Like, what are we doing at this point, man? Let's be real with ourselves. You know? Like, come on, man. You sit here and you just watch these dudes job out, and they're sitting in catering, and we get no one mentioned. Ethan Page was literally on SmackDown, but Trick Williams, Oba Femi, and Carmelo Hayes can barely get on the show. What do we attribute that to, guys? What do we attribute that to? Is Ethan Page that much better than Carmelo Hayes, Oba, and Trick that he's on the main roster and they're not? Ethan Page is in his mid to late 30s, and he's still in NXT. Trick Williams is what, 29? Carmelo Hayes is what, 27? And they're not even mentioned. They're not even brought up to the main roster. I don't know. You tell me, bro. Yes, I'm not saying Ethan Page is bad. He's not bad. He's good. He's solid. But come on, man. Is he that much better than them that he's in his mid to late 30s still in NXT? Come on. If he was that good, he would be on the main roster. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? How in the world is it possible that you are literally in your mid to late 30s and you're still in NXT? You're not that good. You're good, but you ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? I don't know anybody who's in their mid to late 30s who's in NXT who's actually a main eventer. Never seen it before. Never seen it. It's as simple as that. Melo is 31. That's great. 31 is not mid to late 30s. How old is Ethan Page? Let's look at this. Ethan Page is 36. Ethan Page is 36, and he's in NXT still. Come on, Mom. Let's get honest with ourselves. Melo's been on the main roster since he was, what, 29? Let's see how old Carmelo Hayes is. Carmelo Hayes' age. Let's check this out, Mom. Carmelo Hayes is 31. So when Melo Hayes came to the main roster, he was 29 years old. Melo was 29 when he came to the main roster. Ethan Page is going to be like 37 or 38 by the time he's on the main roster. Or 36, 37. Don't say it. Don't do it. Yeah, so that's that. Trick Williams. Let's check Trick Williams' age. How old is Trickethan Williamton? Trick Williams is 31. His birthday is 1 day later than mine. That's actually crazy. Yeah, good for him though. He's 31. Trick Williams will somehow be headed to the main roster when he is like 31 or 32. But Ethan Page is like 37, and he's not going to be able to get to the main roster yet. It is what it is. I don't know what to say. It's weird. All I can tell you is that all these jobbers and stuff like that find a way to still roundabout in NXT, and they can't get to the main roster, don't be surprised, man. There's a reason for that. There is a reason why these people are not coming to the main roster. One of the reasons is because Triple H can't book. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest reasons, that he has no idea what he's doing, so obviously you have to figure things out. But that's not the problem, man. Your predictions are always spot on. I appreciate that, bro. I do my best, man. I do my best. I asked, what does that say? I asked Grok AI, and they said that Dom, Drew, and Cena and Roman. Yeah, AI has no idea what it's talking about, but AI is also booking the shows. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you asked Grok AI to book that, but, hey, they're actually booking the shows. So I can't even get mad at that. It is what it is, bro. I wouldn't want that to come up that night. Yeah, no, I mean, I hope not. Simple as that. I tried telling you guys, bro. These shows are only going to get worse and worse. You guys understand what we witnessed tonight with John Cena? Let's think about this for a second. Let me take one more sip of this water, though. Ooh, yeah. Anyways, we take one more sip of this water. We have to understand something. This Raw tonight had extra energy from it being John Cena's 4th to last appearance and all that stuff, and I get it. But can someone please explain to me, what do Raw and SmackDowns look like when John Cena retires? Anyone know? What's it going to look like? Roman Reigns ain't showing up. Cody Rhodes sucks. CM Punk, world title reign is likely going to be bad. And Jey Uso is a jobber, pretending to be a main eventer, just like Cody Rhodes is. So, I don't know. It's going to get even worse. It's only going to get worse, guys. I've been telling you this. Like, we have to start looking at things realistically, right? We are sitting in an era and in a time period where we actually have literally zero, and I mean zero new stars. None. Roman is the last guy. The pops that Cena was getting tonight, if Roman was like gone for like 4 or 5 months and came back, that's maybe, he probably would get the same pop, but that's it. Cody Rhodes is not getting a pop like that, bro. Cody Rhodes could be gone for 5 months. And if that dude comes back and he's still facing, he's still doing the same thing, his hype will die in 2 weeks. Roman Reigns' OTC arc has been horrible. Horrible. And somehow they're still cheering him. I guess because they love him, you know what I'm saying? He's an all-time great. I guess he's the best of this era, so that's that. Mr. Slayer 39 cents over a 5. He says, the moment that NXT stars come to the main roster, they're going to be jobbed out to 50-year-olds as character development. Yep. Thank you for the 5, by the way. That's what they're going to do. There's always an excuse. You notice that? When a younger guy loses, right, there's always an excuse of, oh, well, it's character development. Oh, well, they needed this loss. Oh, well, this had to happen. Oh, well, we needed this because they needed to know what it means. They need to know what it means to lose first so they can know what it really means to win. Stop. Get out of my face, man. I'm not trying to hear that garbage, bro. We didn't suffer a 10-minute Jey Uso entrance today. You will at Survivor Series, I'll tell you that much. Next week, or the week after, whenever, next week's Raw is probably going to end with a brawl, as usual. They're going to brawl! And after that brawl happens, we are probably most likely going to get Jey Uso going out and getting saved by Roman Reigns. After Roman Reigns saves whoever, Brock Lesnar will likely come out there, and maybe he'll be the next person that helps him out. Who knows? That's all you got, man. Dandyman 2095 sends over a 5. He says, Sammy Lame is in the main roster for 15 years being a jobber, but Trick Williams is held up in NXT. He job out to Sammy too. That is facts. Dandyman, thank you for the donut. That's absolutely facts. Samuel Zayn, Samantha Zayn can sit on the main roster for over a decade doing completely nothing. I don't think, what has he won on the main roster? 3 mid-card belts? 3 mid-card reigns or 4 mid-card title reigns? I don't what, are you kidding me? 4 mid-card title reigns in over a decade. And Trick Williams is being kept in NXT at 30 years old. You tell me, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say about it, man. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about this nonsense, bro. C-Dex, remember Carlito beat Cena and got buried right after? Of course he did. He sucks. It's Carlito. You know what I'm saying? Carlito. You know what I'm saying? Carlito. Hold on. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Mom. I had to check something real quick. Are we back now? Are we good? Are we good? We're chilling? Let me make sure we chilling. Peak C-Jax, or hey C-Jax, sorry. What's your opinion on Jeffrey Hardy? Jefferson Hardy is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, man. Jeff Hardy is awesome. I love his energy. I love his gimmick. I love the presentation for him. Vince McMahon, I thought, did a really good job of that. And obviously, Jeff Hardy in ring was just amazing. I mean, it's as simple as that. I love watching Jeff Hardy, bro. The high-flying stuff, the craziness. You really dig that stuff when you're younger. And then as you get older, Jeff Hardy just somehow gets even cooler. So, yeah, there you have it, man. I asked AI to predict War Games. It says Jey Uso will botch the cage splash and die because he snapped his neck. Hopefully, none of that happens, man. I don't want to see Jey Uso botching and doing any of that stuff, bro. I want Jey Uso to be as healthy as possible, but I need him to just do something in terms of improving his storytelling, bro. We got to fix it. We can't have him coming out every week and acting like he started being tired after yeeting and then just disappearing. It's ridiculous. Who do you think is going to be Cena's last opponent? Oof. I'm going to go with The Rock. Man. I think Cena's going to have two last opponents, in my opinion. Danny9272 sends over a 5. He says, Logan Paul versus Brock Lesnar would be good. Two white men going at it. I mean, that match would be pretty solid, I guess, if it was like 5 years ago, maybe. I don't know. It just depends at this point. I mean, I think that there's a very strong chance that Brock Lesnar probably has like 5 matches left in his career, maybe 4. And then one of them's going to happen at Survivor Series, and then after that, he'll probably have one of his retirement show at SummerSlam next year, and then I think that's probably going to cut it for him. Ariel Brown sends over a 10. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Big 10. What's it called? It says the bot fans cheering Cody was nauseating. Yes, it was absolutely ridiculous. The fact that Cody Rhodes can give us absolutely nothing for over a year and a half, and he's had no character or story development since Mania 40. And we're sitting here and the fans are still cheering this guy. I don't know what to say, man. The fans who get these tickets and go to these shows are just like, what can you say about this idea? It's so stupid. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Joel Josiah sends over a 2. He says, don't have high hopes with Triple H. It will be like Gunther. Yeah, most likely. We're probably going to get a Gunther Reign 2.0, man, at this point. It's only going to get worse. It really is only going to get worse. Cody is their golden boy like Josh Allen. Yeah, he's a golden boy, man. That's all it is. At this point, the favoritism is just absurd. I don't understand how Cody Rhodes can come out there with a trench coat and say nothing for nearly 2 years, and he still gets to hold that WWE Championship. He still gets to hold it. LA Knight is actually improving and could be a new star, and he doesn't even get to sniff a world title. Not even sniff one. He doesn't even get an Intercontinental Championship. I don't know. Because what does Cody Rhodes do better than LA Knight? Seriously. What does he do better? I'm not saying in terms of the crowd reaction, the booking. What in the world does Cody Rhodes do that is better than LA Knight? Seriously. Ask yourself that question. What does he do better? Nothing. Literally nothing. LA Knight is a better storyteller. He is a better promo cutter. He is, in the ring, they're basically, Cody might be a better in-ring performer, probably. I'll give him that. But even then, Cody hasn't been having that many great matches because he's barely been wrestling. So what does he do? I don't understand. If you're not going to wrestle, the only other thing you can do, because Cody had what? Let's think about this for a second. Mr. Slayer sends over a 5. He says, I just realized since Cody, your SmackDown champion, is feuding on Raw. What is happening on SmackDown then? Nothing. The show's dead. But anyways, Cody was champ for like around 390 days leading into Mania 41. He had like 10 title defenses. So if you have 10 title defenses in nearly 400 days, how many months is that, bro? That is what, 13 months? And you had 10 title defenses. That is one match like every 6 or 7. Anyways, that's one match every 6 or 7 weeks. After every 6 or 7 weeks, Cody has his one match. In those 6 to 7 weeks leading up to the matchup, what is he doing? Cutting promos or having segments. LA Knight is better at both of those things by a country mile. So that's basically telling me that LA Knight would be a way better champion than Cody Rhodes. Simple as that, bro. Simple as that. Not enough, Mom. If Cody Rhodes gets to hold the belt doing nothing for 7 weeks, I don't know why LA Knight can't hold the belt and cut better promos for 7 weeks. I don't get it. I don't understand it, Mom. It doesn't make any sense. I'm genuinely just floored. I don't get it, bro. None of it makes any sense. Gunther gets to hold the World Heavyweight Championship twice. In a year span. He holds it for, 8 months? and then he holds it for 3 months. That's 11 total months out of a year span Gunther held the World Heavyweight Championship, bro. 11 months. And you're telling me that LA Knight, who is better than Gunther at everything, can't even get an Intercontinental Championship. What can I say? That's all you have to know about Triple H's booking. That's all you have to know, man. He held the title hostage for nearly a year. And you wonder why the ratings are down. You can't sustain this garbage. You can't sustain it. How can you sustain Gunther being your world champion for over a year or nearly a year? How can you sustain Cody Rhodes being champion for over 15 plus months in a year and a half? You can't sustain that. That's why eventually the ratings had to die. It's as simple as that, bro. You can't do it. LA Knight has cut more commercial. He's had more commercial break promos than promos in ring recently. Simple as that. All FNA floor. I think that's what it says. Sorry. He sends over a 5. He says, remember when Knight was selling merch and getting millions of views in a year, and he could be a way bigger star than Cody with the right booking? Yeah, he could. He could be, but unfortunately, we're going to get more Triple H, and that's what we're going to get. It's ridiculous. All Gunther does is go out there and do chops. All Rhea Ripley does is go out there and say she's going to take back something that she never lost, yeah, and that's it. It's the same thing every week. And they get rewarded, and certain people don't, because Triple H plays favorites. And don't get me wrong, every booker ever obviously has their favorites that they're going to give better or preferable treatment to at some point. It happens to everybody, and it happens with multiple different types of wrestlers. But at some point, after witnessing record low ratings, after witnessing record low ticket sales, and after seeing that the fans online and in the buildings are not as high on Cody Rhodes as they once were after he won that belt, and he's had no story or character development since, he's barely been wrestling, you have to realize the signs and see the writing on the wall and move on. It's as simple as that, bro. You have to move on, bro. I'm sorry. I know Triple H probably loves Cody. He respects Cody. He needs Cody, but we got to stop. We have to stop. Cody must lose that belt, and Gunther should never be near a world title again. And I don't know why a 2-time world champion should be beating or retiring John Cena. John Cena just said tonight, that the Saturday Night Main Event, his final show, is going to be to close his chapter and open up brand new futures and chapters for the company's future and the industry's future, whatever he said, right? So what sense does it make that someone who's already won 2 world titles is retiring John Cena? And this person is in their mid to late 30s, by the way, in Gunther. It's stupid. It's dumb. If you really want what's best for the future of the industry, then give that belt to someone younger and actually have them maybe become a new star. But giving someone who already has been a multiple-time world champion another retirement tour victory versus he had one versus Goldberg and now he's going to beat Cena? Come on, man. Stop. Ozing Gloria sends over a 2. He says, C-Dex, I love your videos. I respect your videos. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, bro. But yeah, that's it, man. Triple H hates anyone with a natural charisma. He tried to hate The Rock back in the day. Mega, thank you. Thank you for pointing that out because that's absolutely facts. Triple H wants people to be good, but he doesn't want them to be better than him. And that is why I think Karrion Kross and Scarlett said in their recent podcast, I brought it up earlier, the new philosophy of the company is that they don't want anyone to be bigger than the company. That is why Roman Reigns is the last superstar and he was made under Vince. That's it. It's the end now. You're not getting any more superstars that are going to transcend wrestling. And even Roman Reigns has not transcended wrestling the way that a Batista or a Rock or a Cena has, but he's still like on the precipice, you know what I'm saying? He's at least close. No one else is ever going to get even remotely close. You go out to a local Target, ain't nobody going to know who Seth Rollins is. Maybe they will if they grew up with him, but ain't nobody going to know who Cody Rhodes is, Stardust, unless they grew up with him as well, you know what I'm saying? He's older, but none of the new guys, nobody knows who Gunther is. Nobody knows about no Jey Uso. Like what? What? Come on, man. Nobody knows who Brunson Reed is. Braun Breaker. Come on, stop. Carmelo Hayes. Nobody knows who these people are because they're not stars and they're not being built that way. So it is what it is. Mr. Slayer 39 sends over a 5. He says Vince at least tries to build new people, but Triple Fraud just recycles the same people over and over. Mr. Slayer, thank you for that donut. That's absolutely facts. Castile Allen sends over a 10. Thank you so much for your support, bro. Big 10, Mahomes 10, sends over a 10. He says, I honestly don't see WWE lasting much longer in the coming years. It's sad. It's not going to. It's not. They're running out of stars and they're not building any new ones. So at the end of the day, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Danny9272 sends over a 2. He says WWE needs to bring back ECW and WCW. Dude, honestly, did you hear them bleep out WWF earlier tonight too? They bleeped it out when Cena said that. PowerUp7744 sends over the 2. He says, I definitely see the favoritism. Thank you for your support. And yes, I do too. Sean Otley sends over a 2. He says, personally, I think Javon Evans should beat John Cena. Honestly, it sounds crazy that I'm about to say this, but I agree with you. If the comparison is would I rather have Gunther or Javon Evans beat John Cena, I'm choosing Javon Evans 9 times out of 9. 100%. I'm not even joking. Dead serious. I'm not even joking, bro. Like, it's as simple as that. I will take anybody young and decent to beat Cena over Gunter. It's really that simple, bro. But yeah, wrestling's done though, for sure. That comment that said that's absolutely facts. At the end of the day, like, we have to look at this objectively, okay? You have Dominic to go sends over a 2. Thank you so much. He says same old lazy stuff after Cena leaves. That's facts. It's facts. They have nothing in the pipeline, guys. Nothing in the pipeline. You're running out of resources, right? You're running out of resources and you have no new ones coming in. It's as simple as that. You have your initial stockpile of resources. It's like, for example, right? Let's say that there was a zombie apocalypse and the only thing you could live off of is Skittles. You have like 5 boxes of Skittles left, right? And there's no more Skittles you're getting. Eventually, you're going to run out of those Skittles. Right now, WWE is in the process of nearly running out of those Skittles, and they have no new ones coming in. And they can't step out to go do it because the person who's at the door won't open it. So it's as simple as that. There you have it. That's the analogy of what WWE is, bro. They're running out of Skittles. That is a new analogy, man. I'm going with that now. They're running out of Skittles. So yeah, that's basically it. Cody Rhodes at one point is going to mention Japan to Logan Paul live on TV and get away with it, while LA Knight holds up a sign and gets in trouble for it. Yeah, that's facts. Cody Rhodes can say anything or do anything, and he still doesn't do it because he sucks at cutting promos. So, what can I say, man? You know what I'm saying? He gets infinite chances and does absolutely nothing. But, with that being said, I don't want to overstay my welcome because I do need to wake up in the morning, and I have to call my dad back as well and handle some business. However, as per usual, another phenomenal live stream, of course. And I will have a video out either tomorrow or the day after talking about War Games and talking about the nonsense that was booked in tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. But until that next time, as BC Amplify would say, you know what I'm saying? I'm using that intro, you know what I'm saying? That outro, I should say. But until next time, guys, I thank you guys so much for your support. The support tonight and tonight's live was amazing. Again, I want to give a big shout out to Yamin with the 1 hundo and 3 Diglets with the 1 hundo, bro. I really appreciate that. That means a lot. And I appreciate your guys' support and your love and your appreciation for my videos because I likewise appreciate all of you that tune in. And I thank you so much. So with that being said, I want you all to have a phenomenal day. Peace out. And one love. You know what I'm saying? Have a great night, everybody. Deuces. Ooses.